thank you for joining us on ERi-TV English news broadcast, and do stay tuned for our domestic and international news for Friday the 21st of March. Reporting live from our headquarters in Asmara and inviting you to stay with us is Heaven Johannes, your news anchor for this session. Let's begin with the major headlines. The 37th anniversary of demise of Nadew Iz observed. Diaspora nationals celebrate International Women's Day. Mali and Burkina Faso quit the French Union. And thousands protest against Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. In our domestic news, the 37th anniversary of the demise of Nadew Iz and the liberation of Af-Abet, commemorated on the 19th of March, was marked with great patriotic enthusiasm. The event, attended by numerous Af-Abet residents, featured student and military parades along with cultural and artistic performances by the Alien Cultural Troupe of the 31st Division of the Armed Forces, adding solemnity and festivity to the occasion. Mr. Ahmed Mohammed Noor Rajib, administrator of the Sub-Zone, highlighted the historical impact of the fall of Nadew Iz 37 years ago, which signaled the imminent independence of the country. Mr. Ahmed further noted that this year's anniversary is being observed during a uniquely significant historical period and called on all nationals to remain vigilant and responsive to the ongoing nation-building process. Mr. Mahmoud Sheikh Hamid, administrator of Af-Abet town, on his part, emphasized that beyond celebration, the commemoration carries deep historical meaning for the Eritrean people and urged the younger generation to carry forward this vibrant legacy. It is worth noting that the Eritrean People's Liberation Front launched a swift offensive from 17th to 19th March of 1988 on the Nakfa front, during which the Derg's formidable Nadew command, comprising 20,000 soldiers equipped with sophisticated military hardware, was decisively destroyed. In another news, Diaspora nationals in Angola, the Netherlands, the US, Norway and Egypt have carried out public diplomacy activities in connection with International Women's Day. In Angola, celebratory events were held in the cities of Luanda, Lubango, Cabinda, Benguela and Huambo, while in the Netherlands festivities took place in Rotterdam and Leiden. The events featured various programs highlighting the significance of the day. Likewise, nationals in the Norwegian cities of Oslo, Stavanger, Trondheim, Kristiansand, Tromsø, Gjøvik, Hamar, Trondheim and others colorfully celebrated International Women's Day. Nationals in the U.S. states of Minnesota, Michigan and Indiana, along with those in Cairo, Egypt, also commemorated the day with patriotic zeal. Nationals in Australia, the US and Italy conducted a range of public diplomacy activities. Eritreans in Melbourne, Australia held a public seminar on 15th March to discuss the objective situation in the homeland as well as regional and global developments. At the seminar, Mr. Mahari Takhasse, Eritrea's Consul General, gave an extensive briefing on the importance of strengthening organizational capacity and unity among nationals. He also called for increased participation and contributions to national affairs. Eritreans in the northern U.S. held their annual Congress on the 15th of March in Seattle, where reports of achievements and challenges were presented. Mr. Burhana Gabrihiwet, charge d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy, delivered a seminar titled Work for Implementation of National Pledge and encouraged nationals to support ongoing national development programs. A similar seminar was also held for nationals in Oregon, where Mr. Burhana Gabrihiwet briefed attendees on developments in the homeland and broader regional and global contexts. Participants made financial contributions towards the construction of a school in Aordet. In the same vein, Mr. Girmay Hapta Mikhail, head of community and organizational affairs at the Eritrean Embassy in Italy, conducted a seminar for nationals in the city of Bari. Meanwhile, Mr. Haile Medhane, chairman of the YPFDJ in Napoli, led a seminar for Eritrean youth in this city. Eritrea took part in the 19th annual meeting of the Commission on Phytosanitary Measures held in Rome from 17 to 21 March. Mr. Taghlaab Misgina, Director General of Regulatory Service at the Ministry of Agriculture, and Mr. Asmerom Kidane, Eritrea's Deputy Permanent Representative at the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, represented the country at the meeting. The Commission on Phytosanitary Measures is the governing body of the International Plant Protection Convention, established by member countries to oversee the progress of its subsidiary bodies toward the Convention's objectives. The International Plant Protection Convention operates under the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. According to Public Relations Office of the Ministry of Agriculture, Eritrea is rather preparing to become a member of the African Plant Protection Convention. This wraps up our domestic news for this session. D viewers, we'll be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. Mali and Burkina Faso have withdrawn from the International Organization of Francophone Nations following their West African neighbor Niger, which had earlier announced its departure from the Paris-based group. The Burkina Faso government claimed that the organization has deviated from its original mission of promoting cultural and technical cooperation and had become a biased tool of political manipulation. The government further stated that Burkina Faso cannot continue its cooperation with an institution that no longer meets its legitimate expectations in terms of justice, equality, and fairness. Earlier this week, Niger said it has independently decided to withdraw from the organization without stating the rationale for the move. The Sahel country had previously suspended all cooperation with the organization following July 2023 coup. Late on Tuesday this week, Mali, which currently holds the presidency of the Alliance of Sahel States, issued a statement announcing the decision to withdraw the member states of the alliance from the Francophone Union. The transitional leaders of the three Sahel states have decided to leave the group as part of efforts to defend the legitimate interests of their countries, the statement added. Relations between the three countries and France have declined in the aftermath of the military takeovers. The three military governments have all terminated defense cooperation with France over allegations of meddling and the failure by French forces to put down a deadly jihadist insurgency in the Sahel region. The states have also withdrawn from the West African regional bloc ECOWAS after claiming it poses a threat to their sovereignty by serving as a tool for foreign powers, particularly France. In today's final report, thousands of demonstrators assembled in Bangladesh's capital today, protesting against recent Israeli airstrikes in Gaza that killed hundreds, including many children. The protesters waved Palestinian flags and chanted slogans condemning the attacks along with banners and placards. After 2 months of relative calm, last Tuesday's first day of resumed airstrikes killed more than 400 Palestinians, one of the deadliest days of the 17-month-old conflict, with the scant let-up since then. It is to be recalled that such protests have also been conducted in Italy, Germany, and Spain. Israeli Defense Minister said today the army was intensifying strikes from the air, land, and sea in Gaza to pressure Hamas into freeing remaining hostages and would also evacuate civilians to the south of the area. Ever since Israel's operations began in Gaza in late 2023, an estimated 50,000 Palestinians have been killed and around 120,000 injured. This is according to reports. With this, we conclude our news for this session, dear viewers, and now a quick recap of the major headlines. The 37th anniversary of demise of Nadew Iz observed. Diaspora nationals celebrate International Women's Day. Mali and Burkina Faso quit the French Union. And thousands protest against Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. This was World on Friday with ERi-TV English news broadcast. Dear viewers, thank you for joining and have a good weekend.